ClaretsTV speaking to Chelsea manager Robbie Simpson after the win this afternoon against Weymouth. Robbie, not the greatest conditions out there, but we're back to winning ways.
We are, yeah. I'm really pleased. Like you say, really tough conditions, tough opponents. You know, coming off the back of 4 wins in a row, they were difficult. But I thought we were good. I say okay to good in the first half. I think we were the better team. We said at half time, to be honest, there was a bit of content with us just being the better team, and almost us thinking we are the better team, sooner or later we're going to win. But I said to them at half time, you don't get given anything in football. You have to take it, and we needed that extra impetus in our game. And I thought at the start of the second half we showed exactly that. We increased the tempo. We were quick to the loose ball. We were really decisive and had conviction in the first pass in particular, but then the runs. And it was just amazing the difference. Even though we played quite well in the first half, that difference in mindset it won us the game, to be honest with you. And then I thought, as the conditions got worse and the game wore on, and they went a bit more gung ho, left 2 high and wide, and 2 up top, we saw it out a lot better than we did at Western. We were concentrated at home to Western. Sorry, we were concentrated and focused right to the final whistle, and it was good to see that we'd maybe learnt our lessons from that game. The game wasn't won. It's not won until the final whistle goes. We have to, when a free kick gets given, we can't let them play quickly. We have to stay switched on, and I thought we saw the game out really well, and it's just a really pleasing day. Yeah,
and the goal for us came just 2 minutes in the second half. Even then it was sort of 3 efforts blocked, I think, Weymouth having their body on the line, then Finley Barber just smashes it in the top corner.
Yeah, it was a great bit of play, a really good pick out from Ben Brooks. He timed his run ever so well. Great pass from Jermaine as well to actually set Brooksy in, and I thought Brooksy's quality was brilliant. Ruffy's control on his finish was good, got blocked a few times, and then again we talk about controlled finishes. That is top draw from Finn, because that is not easy in the conditions with the slippy ball. Like superb from Finn. I thought Finn and you know, in games like that, in conditions like that, you're 2 in midfield or whoever in midfield need to be the driving force really, both ways, defensively and going forward, getting on those loose balls and setting you off with quality. And I thought those 2 in there were superb.
Yeah, and we probably should have won the game by more. I suppose it was a lot of games we could have said it like that this season. We've only won it 1-0, and it must have been frustrating for you on the sideline that we haven't finished that off comfortably.
Yes, it's been a frustration all season, but it's not for the want of trying, and we've definitely got the quality to put games to bed. I think we've shown that in a recent period in January and most of December, that we can kill teams off. Sometimes we need the rub of the green. A lot of the time we need to concentrate better and make sure and show conviction, but we're constantly working and striving to be better and not leave games down to the wire and put games to bed, and we'll get there, I'm sure.
And I suppose when it's only 1-0, it was sort of, especially as the game went on with the rain getting heavy, sort of treacherous conditions, very sort of splashy. Could have been any sort of mistake or deflection or some sort of water-related, goal like that out the rain. We had to keep switching on, as you mentioned.
Yeah, exactly that. You know that you're going to get balls in the box, and a lot of them when you're only 1-0 up, and like you say, you just as a manager, it's horrible, to be honest with you. You hope that there's not a slip or not a mistake, or the ball doesn't get stuck in a puddle or anything like that. It's horrible, but I'm just glad that we managed to stay solid enough to keep another clean sheet, which is brilliant. Our defensive record is unparalleled, really, and we need to keep that going and stay focused. Last week, obviously, we conceded 2, which is really unlike us. And a lot of that performance was unlike us last week, but I'm glad that particularly that first period of the second half, it looked like us. It looked like a team that I want us to be.
And you're pleased, I suppose, the home form. I think we've had 4 wins and a draw in the last 5 league games with that draw, the last minute equaliser. But we're getting Melbourne a fortress again. Obviously, we've got Yeovil next up at home. It's going to be a tough test, but Melbourne's looking strong for us again.
Yeah, brilliant. And I've got to say, particularly first half, the fans really played their part. I thought they were brilliant. Like I said, I felt like we were looking a bit content, and Spills used the word, we were a bit boring. Like, it looked like we were just happy just to be out there and being the dominant team and playing football. But you know, you could constantly hear our fans for sure. And even in the second half, when the weather got worse, you could hear them in the main stand, which was really nice actually. That echoey, it made it maybe made it a bit louder rather than being in the open air. So a big thanks to them. And I'm glad that our home form has turned around, because we haven't had enough wins at home, or maybe we have now, but certainly in the early part of the season we haven't had enough wins at home in particular, and we know a lot of our fans can't travel away, and how good our away form's been, and we need to keep that going, because we want to finish as high as we can. And if we do finish where we're at now, which I think we've gone up to 3rd, then we know we're going to be at home in the playoffs. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, because it's so tight. We can easily fall out of the playoffs if we dip in form, but like I say, we're striving to be better, we're striving to finish as high as we can, and a big part of that is going to be how we perform at home.
We've got a couple of games on 3G in the next 2 away games, Eastbourne and Hemel, so looking forward to those games ahead.
We are, yeah. Obviously, we're going to have to think about that. Like, there's a few players that are carrying injuries that they might not get away with on 3G, to be honest with you. Particularly the ones, where the games are back-to-back like that, Saturday, Tuesday on 3Gs. We're going to need to speak to them and speak to Aaron. They're going to need to be honest with us as well, because I know they'll all be desperate to play no matter how well they're feeling, but they need to put the team first. So we're going to have a good think between now and Saturday on the 2 games to come, really, and make sure we're right, whoever plays. And I think that shows in our squad. Brooksy's had a bit of a time out of the team, and I thought he was magnificent today. Brooksy, that real top performance, and whether you're on the bench or even out the squad completely, you might start the next game, so you have to be ready, and I thought he was a real shining example of how you need to be ready.
Okay, well done today, Robbie, on the win, and we'll see you next Saturday.
Thank you.